Now, there was a story this week in Australia. Let's bring up this story here, where a man was caught running around with a knife. So as you see, man with history of mental health issues held after knife attack in Australia. Okay. Australian police said knife-wielding man yelling Allahu Akbar, or God is great, attempted to stab several people downtown Sydney, at least one, blah, blah, blah. Police later said that all evidence points to a man with mental health issues lashing out. But they still can't figure out terrorism things. So, man yelling Allahu Akbar, stabbing people, and we don't know the motive, but we suspect it's mental illness. Which means it's time to play Canada's new favorite game called What Could the Motive Possibly Be? All right, if you want play along at home, bring your kids in the room because we're about to play Canada's favorite game, What Could the Motive Possibly Be? All right, this is the game where we all put our heads together and try and determine what the motive of this crime is, because police are stalled out here. They have no idea. He's running around, screaming Allahu Akbar, talking about Islamic literature. What could the motive possibly be? All right, so let's get the whiteboard here. Let's think through this one together. All right, so we have a man. We have him yelling Allahu Akbar. God is great, which is Allah is how you say God in Islam. Okay, God is great. So he's big fans of the God of Islam. Okay, now who else does things like say Allahu Akbar, then kill people? We know the Taliban lead spokesman said when they shot up a girls' school in Pakistan, they said that it's not really a crime because if you kill an innocent child and the last words they hear are Allahu Akbar, they go to heaven, and this is what Islam said. So that's one part of the clue. Okay. Now, mental illness. Now, it's an interesting point to note here that the American media, and I chose a CBS article because that's American media. The American media has been making the argument since El Paso that it's only when there's a white person doing the shooting, then we blame mental illness. And I said, no, we blame mental illness whenever it's politically convenient for us because we're terrible people. So, we have a man saying Allahu Akbar, stabbing people. And now he says the motive is Islam. And this lines up with other Islamist groups like the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Hamas, who also say the motive for their actions is radical Islam. Okay, so I'm going to guess the motive is Donald Trump. Damn it, turns out the motive actually was Islam. Okay, damn it. Okay, round one, I failed. If you guessed it right at home, good for you. I thought it was Trump, turns out it was radical Islam. So, now it's time to play round two of Canada's new favorite game, What Could the Motive? Second story. Okay. Here we have man arrested after his ex-wife was set on fire in Quebec City. Now here's a story of a man, Faraj Haj Masood, who lit his ex-wife on fire in front of their kids and her mother. Now, what could the motive possibly be? Again, this is a head scratcher. This is a major head scratcher. What could the motive possibly be here? All right. If you're playing along at home, feel free to chime in. But okay, let's reason this one out. So a man and his ex-wife left him, and this sort of is an honor killing. Now, this man is a Muslim, and he wanted to burn his ex-wife alive because she left him. Things like this are common in quasi-Sharia states, like the aforementioned Kashmir, which is now being run under reasonable laws. We also have, people being killed for silly things. If you remember Asia Bibi in Pakistan, who was chased around by an angry mob of hundreds of thousands of people for drinking from a water fountain meant for Muslims. Now, what could the motive possibly be here? What could the motive possibly be? So a man felt dishonored and honor killed his ex-wife for leaving him. This reminds me of the case in Kingston where a man and his current wife killed his ex-wife and their kids for dishonoring him for taking pictures of themselves on Facebook. So I'm going to guess the motive for this crime is radical Islam. And the answer is Stephen Harper. Damn it, Stephen Harper. I should have known. Okay, clearly this is the fault of Stephen Harper. All right. And that concludes our segment of Canada's new favorite game show. What could the motive possibly be?